Hello everyone, welcome back to Technique Thursday. So we had some technical difficulties at the start of the week, which didn't allow us to put up a Technique Tuesday, so we're bringing you a Technique Thursday today. The good news is the alliteration in Technique Thursday is still strong, but the good news with this is what we're going to do, we're actually going to do a two-part series talking about modifying the deadlift. So the deadlift is a really powerful movement. For a lot of strength programs, it is a core movement that you will find in a lot of those programs. But one of the things is, and one of the things that we come across quite a lot is we get people come in here and we say, I can't deadlift, or when I tried to deadlift, it hurt my back, or I did this or I did that. Now, some of that comes down to maybe not being taught the proper technique. So it needs to be a little bit individualized, this advice. But what we're going to go through is we're going to go through two ways and a different implement that we use to actually modify the deadlift for people who maybe can't do a conventional deadlift from the floor. So this particular video, we're going to talk around the trap bar deadlift. So the trap bar deadlift is what you see here, also called a hex bar deadlift. And you'll notice that if you come around to the front, what you'll be able to see is the trap bar has two handles, so it has a higher handle and a lower handle. And when we do this particular movement, you'll step into the center of the bar, so it's not a straight bar. And what that allows us to do is when we set ourselves up, so normally what we will coach with the trap bar deadlift is we're going to have feet underneath or just outside our hips, toes pointed forwards. But because the bar is in a supinated grip, rather than a grip out with the bar out in front, it allows us to set our shoulders in a better position. So when we go down and grab the higher bar, we can set ourselves there, we can set our back in a good position, and we can also set our shoulder blades down in our back pocket quite easily as we stand up. Now as we take it back down to the ground, we're still going to do a little bit more of a hinge, let it set, and then aggressively drive up. Now, for this movement, this is a little bit different to a conventional deadlift in the fact that it is a little bit more of a squat than it is for a hinge. However, for those people that have maybe some lower back issues that they find get flared up by a conventional deadlift or a straight bar deadlift, this can take some of that out just because it is getting you to hinge a little bit more than squat. The second thing and the second advantage of using a trap bar compared to using a straight bar is really that grip position. So by having that supinated grip, we find that people can set those shoulders in a good position, whereas when that bar's in front, it almost forces them into internal rotation, and then when the top of my spine is rounded out, that can work its way down the chain. So if I do have some lower back problems, that can kind of exacerbate that. So that's the trap bar deadlift for somebody who's maybe dealing with some issues. Also having the higher handles, it means you don't have to go as low. For more advanced athletes, the trap bar also gives you an added advantage of you can actually do some dynamic plyometric movements. So you can do some trap bar jumps and things like that with it. So from here, I can actually drive through and finish off in a jump, landing in a good athletic position, so I can turn that into a plyometric movement. Like I said, that's probably more for advanced athletes, whereas if I'm trying to do a jump with a straight bar, I'm going to bang it into my knees, I'm going to bang it into my shins, and it's not going to be good fun for anybody. So trap bar is very versatile, has a lot of good uses, and it is a good option for those of you that are maybe struggling to do a conventional deadlift, especially those of you who maybe have some lower back issues and want to keep being able to do a good quality pull from the floor. So this is part one. Part two, we're going to go about how you can modify the conventional deadlift to work around some potential issues that you might have. All right, that is it for Technique Thursday. We'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.